What's going on, guys? Limit Fisherman here, or Johnny Jenkins. Got some new rods, man. I'm pretty excited. I just got my Ranger back from the shop. I think it was 4 days ago or so. My Ranger's been in the shop. I had a little accident and I had to get the insurance involved. All that shit sucks, but you got to do what you got to do when you have an accident. But man, I'm excited. It's been about 7 weeks since I've been on the boat, and I haven't really done any fishing for about 5 weeks either. I've been filming a little bit for Peak Performance, and there's a lot of stuff I'm going to be bringing to you guys. But let's go ahead and get to these rods and talk about them and stuff. This is sweet, man. These rods here are filling a little bit of a void that I've been having with my fishing for a little while, and I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to what it's going to bring to my fishing. Let's go. So we're gonna walk out here to the backyard and see what we can find. Now in this order, I did the Bass Pro Shop 6-pay. That's how I was able to, get 3 really nice brand new rods. And when I shop for rods, I don't necessarily want quality per se. Like, I don't need a $300 or $400 rod. These are Bass Pro Shops rods, all 3 of these, carbon light, not the micro guide ones, because I'm not a big fan of them yet. I've had them a little bit, but I just don't really like them. I feel like if you're going to get micro guides, you should go to maybe the Boyd Duckett rods or the Tessera Skeet Reese. Those are just better micro guides in my opinion, but I don't feel like micro guides really give you that much of an advantage. But there's a lot going on, man. I just hit 500 subs just the other day, and I'm excited about that. I'm really ready to do something when I get to 1K. I'm going to probably do something special for some kind of giveaway or something. Something's going to happen. I need to. I haven't done one yet just because I've been trying to get my fishing situated, and I haven't really been wanting to give away anything. But there's going to be a channel update type stuff. I'm going to do something a little bit special video for, update type deal for 500 subs. And I just want to thank you guys, man. Having a little bit of supplemental income from doing this YouTube. I'm wanting to do it even more. And I'm wanting to bring you guys more content. That's why there's going to be a little bit of a change in the channel, and just so that I can stay more active, because there's less that I can do in this fishing stuff since I'm doing the Peak Performance stuff. But a lot of this I'm going to really catch you guys up, and I want to thank you to some of the guys that have joined. I've probably had maybe 50 subs or more since my last upload-ish. So I want to thank you guys for jumping on board, and anyone that's new, go ahead and hit that sub button. You're gonna enjoy the ride, and especially with things to come right here. I didn't want to record this just yet because I really wanted to wait and record with my friend's really nice camera that we use when we film for Peak Performance. But I'm going fishing tomorrow. Like I said, I think I said that. I know I said I'm getting the boat back, but I'm going fishing tomorrow, and I wanted to get these rods so that I can use them. So I wanted to go ahead and bring this. So I'm using my phone. But there's going to be a change, man. I'm really looking to get a GoPro sometime this year. I'm not sure when. I got to make sure it fits right for my budget, but I'm definitely wanting to get one before next year starts. So that's going to bring some awesome videos for YouTube, but also for the Peak Performance stuff I'm doing. And there's going to be a lot more to speak about Peak Performance and my plans and how the channel might change. I'm just going to change it's just going to be some changing. I'm still working through it all because I've got a lot going on right now with school and work, and with Peak Performance, which is a second job, and other business, personal business and family stuff. So, but man, I'm happy to bring you this video. Let's not get into all this, man. You can see here they're still wrapped up. I just got them the other day. First, before we open them up, let's go through what they are. This is a 6'9" medium heavy with an extra fast taper. And what I'm wanting to do with some of this is I want to experiment with different tapers of rods. Most people, when they talk about rods, they use just a fast taper rod, and then for your cranking rods, you have like a moderate fast or a moderate taper that it has a slower reaction. But I wanted to experiment with some different ones. This one's a medium heavy action, so it's got a pretty stiff backbone, and it's kind of snappy, but it's also going to really have a nice little tip to it where I can cast a little bit lighter weight lures. And what I'm really going to use this for is actually jerkbaits. I used to fish a lot of Oconee and Sinclair and stuff around here, and you have a little bit dirtier water, but I'm starting to fish a lot of the Chattahoochee and river chain of lakes, such as Lanier and stuff, and the jerkbait bites just really killer so much at the time. I really not only needed a good rod that could cast it, but get the right action, man. I'm really experimenting with this. I'm thinking this is going to be the perfect action you want. I feel like with a jerkbait, you need a really good action rod, and you need it to be perfect. because it needs to have that snappy. Your action of the bait is all presented with the rod in this situation. It's not your reel. It's you know, it's really in the rod and how it flexes, how it reacts when you snap it and twitch it. That really makes a big difference on how lazy or how erratic the action is going to be. So I'm really wanting to experiment with that, and that's why I picked this rod. Normally, I used to think, you know, you need you know, a cranking stick for jerk baits, but the graphite, where it's going to react faster, it's not going to be as slow, you know, it's just going to be real snappy. I'll show you more. I'm going to do some videos. I'm probably going to do a few on my channel, but also in Peak Performance, you're going to see a lot of this kind of stuff now that I have the perfect rod for it. I really think this is perfect. Because, you know, I look Kevin Van Dam watching it, and he's got like a heavy action rod. He uses more like this is like a spinnerbait rod, really. And that's what you want. You want to have a nice backbone, but a nice soft tip so you can cast those lightweight lures. But you want that little bit of tip so that when you snap it, it actually snaps back. Where it just snaps back. And it's really important. I mean, I just can't stress that. I really think it's going to really be a big deal. It's going to lead to some really good videos. It's going to lead to experimenting with you know, an extra fast action for different techniques. You know, a lot of people underestimate, you know, putting together different tapers with different actions. You know, stiffening the backbone of the rod and then putting a faster taper, which means it's basically going to bend. The bend's going to be different, and man, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good jerkbait rod. If it doesn't work for me on a jerkbait, it could be a good topwater rod. It could be a really good spinnerbait rod, buzzbait rod, maybe chatterbait rod, stuff like that. I mean, this could be a really good all-purpose kind of rod, I would imagine, for a lot of different things. It's really light, carbon light. And I'll do a video. If you guys want to see it, I can do a video on these carbon lights. I absolutely love them. I've got one that I've had for like 4 years, I think, when they first came out. The first original model of them, way before micro guides got even popular. And then this next one, all nice and wrapped up. And that's a 6.9 medium heavy, extra fast taper. And I'll actually go through some of the actual stuff of it so you guys know. I'm not sure if you can make that out, but 3/8 to 1 ounce is the lure weight. It's for, and then the 10 to 20 pound test. Like I said, medium heavy, extra fast taper. Really interesting rod. Not many companies make those kind of, you know, different tapers and stuff. It's going to be interesting to use. This one right here is a 7.6 heavy action with an extra fast taper. So this 7.6 heavy action extra fast taper rod, we're really going to use this mostly for any kind of offshore type fishing with you know, Carolina rigs potentially, but I'm really thinking a football jig, potentially a 10-inch worm, or really big. Not even just the old monster. I'm talking really big 10 to 12-inch worms. A lot of this stuff just offshore fishing, maybe a fish head spin. You know, I'm experimenting, like I said, with this extra fast action. It's just a little bit different, and you can look, man. Carbon lights are sick. 3/8 to 2 ounce is the weight that's rated for this rod, and 12 to 30 pound test line. It's going to be interesting, and also I wouldn't mind using this as a flipping stick, as like a light flipping stick with like 17 to 20, maybe 25 pound test at the most. You know, it'd be good. It's just experimenting. You know, you can use these for different situations, and you know, that's the deal, man. But a lot of offshore fishing, it's a void that I've had, you know, needing those 7.5 foot rods or more. You know, when you're fishing out there deep, if you're fishing a 7-foot rod and you're fishing 20 to 30 plus foot of water, you can feel almost like you're fishing blind out there, like you don't have the length you need to make it happen. And I could even use this maybe for a flutter spoon, maybe. To 2 ounce, that's a little on the light side. Those flutter spoons are pretty heavy, but I could probably get away with it. And then this one right here is a 7.6 medium heavy with just a regular, you know, fast taper, like most rods are, and it's going to be a good addition. And there's going to be some more additions also, you know. But a lot of these rods are just going to be interchangeably with a certain pound test, probably 14 to 17 pound test. And you know, I might flip with them just a little bit just to experiment, because I've always wanted to try and, you know, flip or pitch with a 7.5 foot. But I used to always be big on using a 7-foot rod to maybe a 7'2", because I like to dock fish so much, and I thought, you know, pitching, that's it. But when you get around wooded cover and lay downs and stuff, or, you know, water willow, or if you're punching also, you need that longer rod. It really is going to help you get those longer little pitches when you need to. But you know, the fish are in that heavy cover, and that longer rod, where you can take up more slack if one bites, you can get them out of that heavy cover. Also, you can move a fish just a little bit more. I'm telling you, these carbon lights are really sick. They got a really sick look to them, and they're really sensitive. They're really sensitive. For the money, you just really can't beat them. And they got them on a little bit of a sale right now. And also on top of that, they have occasionally Bass Pro has the 6-pay deal. So if you're a young guy and you don't have a credit card, I don't have one just because I don't feel like having something I can't keep up with. You know, I don't want to pay for something that I don't actually have the money for. But anyways, so the 6-pay deal is pretty sick. You can stretch your payments out for 6 months, and that's what I've done here. This rod here is weighted, okay, 3/8 to 1.5 ounce, and a 10 to 20 pound test line. It's a medium heavy, just regular fast action. So you can tell the difference here. This is a medium heavy with a fast action, and it's rated for 3/8 to 1.5 ounce. Now the previous rod was a 7.5 foot, same length, heavy action rod, rated for I think it was 3/8 to 2 ounce. So it has a little bit more backbone, but it still has that nice soft tip where you can cast those lighter lures and stuff. And I'm going to try, you know, different things with these. I could flip with this, very light rod, really good and sensitive. I'm telling you, I've still got one in there I've had for, I think, 4 years. It's been a really good rod for me. It's just a regular old 7-foot medium heavy. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to bring you some more videos. If you have any questions about carbon light, anything you'd like to know about them, maybe me displaying the actions a little more, talking about that, I'll do what I can, but a lot of my, you know, loyalty is to doing peak performance, and I can't have the same videos on 2 different places. It doesn't really make sense. But more good stuff to come. You know, I've got a bio video that I'm wanting to do, you know, introduce myself a little more so you get to know me instead of it's just a blind guy where I don't even show my face most of the time just because I have to hold the iPhone. But you know, that's going to change, so I'm hoping. So a lot of good things coming. I'm ready to get back to fishing. I tell you, I've been so messed up since I haven't been able to go fishing. But hope you guys enjoyed. Some really good stuff to come. I'm actually going to go ahead and film another video right now that I'm going to be bringing to you guys here. Once this video gets to, let's get to 25 likes. How about that? If you stuck in here, I imagine this video is probably about 9 minutes or so right now. If you give it 25 likes, the moment it gets to 25 likes, I'll upload the next video, and then we'll go from there, and I'll hope to have another little challenge for you guys, maybe 30 likes. So go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and if you're new, man, I'm glad you're along for the ride. You're going to enjoy it. This has been Limit Fisherman and Johnny Jenkins from Peak Performance Fishing. Hope to see you soon.